Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another Real Madrid review. Liverpool 2, Real Madrid 5. Yes, it's taken me a few days to record and upload this because I'm still stunned, I'm still speechless as to how we managed to pull that comeback off. Now, last season, we were known as the Comeback Kings, the team that were the underdogs coming into these games, and the second leg we would come back. But wow, we've just taken it to another level. 2-0 down after 14 minutes, and straight away we go and score, and then we find ourselves winning, and then we ended up winning 5-2. Now that is incredible. Anyways, how many times do Liverpool concede 5 in a game? Now, talk about the best, not just the worst Liverpool sides, but the best Liverpool sides, right? How many times have Liverpool conceded 5 goals at Anfield? Now, I believe there's 2 times, both against Arsenal. Now, I think they were both cup games, like Carabao Cup, FA Cup. But if you're talking about the Champions League, it's the first time it's ever happened at Anfield where they've conceded 5 goals. And it's the first time a team were 2-0 down and ended up winning by a 3-goal margin. Real Madrid are the first team to do that. So, look, records were broken. Records are meant to be broken, but these records that were broken are extraordinary. And my world was set an incredible game to watch. Even as a neutral, that is an incredible game to watch. But as a Real Madrid fan, it's brilliant. As a Liverpool fan, it'll be devastating because, look, I'm not gonna be those people from last season saying Real Madrid are done, they are out. I'm not gonna be that person now and say Liverpool are done and they are out. But realistically, 3-0 down, they need at least 3 goals coming to the Bernabeu without us responding. They need to win 3 goals to bring it to extra time and then penalties, or 4 goals to win the game. Now, if this was Liverpool a few years ago, I would say, you know what? I actually could see that happening. But Liverpool of this season, you know that even if they are the team to go and score 3 or 4 goals, they are also the team to go and concede 3 or 4 goals. They are the kind of team. Liverpool's issues is defensively. I don't want to make this a Liverpool review. As I always do, I kind of want to talk about the opposition team and where they're struggling and what's going on. But for me, Liverpool, defensively, it's shambles. Midfield, it's shambles. They're relying on an 18-year-old, Bajcetic, I think is his name. Yeah, Bajcetic. A young kid to play in the midfield, the heart of midfield. I mean, come on. What happened to Liverpool a few years ago? And even last season, to be honest, where they were challenging for all 4 trophies, that Liverpool is gone. But as a Real Madrid fan, this is an incredible moment. I actually predicted 2-1 in one of my other Real Madrid reviews. I think it might have been the last one, if I'm not wrong. I went with a 2-1 win. I thought, look, I think Liverpool will do quite well going forward. I think I can see them scoring, definitely. Especially at Anfield, they can definitely go and get a goal because of the crowd, the atmosphere, the stadium's rocking. Liverpool will probably turn up and score. But I could see Real Madrid scoring more than Liverpool. And I did not expect a 5-2 or us scoring 5 goals. I thought maybe 2-1. Liverpool score 1, Real Madrid score 2. And then, you know what, we can work with it at the Bernabeu with maybe like a 1-goal deficit for Liverpool. And yeah, we can probably work something out. But 5-2 at Anfield. And it's not just, again, we talked about how Liverpool conceded 5, right? And that's bad in itself. But the fact that they were 2-0 up and then out of nowhere conceded 5 goals, it is That is the issue. That is the problem. The problem isn't them just being dominated the whole game and then going and lose 5-0. They played very well for the first 15-20 minutes before they conceded that goal to Vini Jr. We'll talk more about that as well. We'll talk more about the goals later on. But Liverpool, 15 minutes in, playing really, really well. They were pressing, they were going for the countering, they were going for the goals, they were going for it, they wanted it. And then, out of nowhere, they go and concede 5 goals like it's nothing. What is this? Honestly, this crumbling was worse than PSG last year when we beat them, Chelsea last year when we beat them, Manchester City last year when we beat them. I'll argue this is the worst crumble because we are at Anfield, they are 2-0 up, and then they go and lose 5-2. It's embarrassing. It's never been seen before. It's never been done before. And think of all those Liverpool fans who paid to go to Anfield to watch their team who have been struggling lose 5-2 at home at their own backyard. I mean, come on. Who would not be mad? Who would not be devastated, disappointed, angry, upset? All these negativity that you can think of. But let's talk about the first goal, scored by Darwin Núñez. Salah with a brilliant pass to Núñez, who flicks it beyond Courtois. One more thing, the goalkeepers played really, really poorly. I know we won, but Courtois didn't have a good game at all. And I can get that, you know, he's only been back, you know. So, look, it's not easy, you know, coming back in and having to play these sort of games. But yeah, Alisson as well, two of the best keepers in the world making mistakes in the same match at both ends. Incredible. But really good goal, Darwin Núñez. You know, hasn't really been, you know, scoring too many goals for Liverpool, but I knew it. He was gonna score. We did say, didn't we? Núñez was gonna score. Regardless, he was going to be the man who scores, and he did. Second goal was scored by Mo Salah. It's a gift. It's a gift. And look, I feel for Courtois a little bit. Like I said, he's only just been back. And I don't want to give him too much hate, too much stick, because, like I said, he's just been back. Right? You know, imagine you're at work. You've only recovered from a high fever, for example. You go back on the first day, you make a mistake, and then you get so much sick. It's almost like, well, I've been sick, so you can't expect me to suddenly be doing great, right? But you have to say it's his fault for that goal. Carvalho clearing the ball back to Courtois, and I think he just didn't expect the ball to hit his knee and goes to Salah. You know, he didn't expect it. I think he was trying to clear it away, but the ball just, he controlled it, it hit his knee, and then it goes to Salah. It's a free gift to Salah. It's like, go on Salah, get a goal, take a goal. It's literally it, and I feel for him. And then the goal which saw us come back was Vini Jr.'s goal. Vini Jr. and Benzema playing a nice 1-2, and Vini Jr. curls it beyond Alisson with 3 players around him. I mean, look, I don't know how he scored that. We were not looking like we were gonna score, but I think sometimes it's that kind of magic at that kind of moment where you need something from a fantastic player to pull something off like that. He's one of the best in the world, and Vini Jr. is at the moment one of the best players in the world. If you talk about his positions, you could argue with multiple other players off the left hand side who have been as good or better. But for me, Vini Jr. is up there as the top 3 left wingers in the world. And that goal was the goal that almost gave us the momentum, because as a commentator always says, 2-0 is the worst scoreline to be in, right? Because The next goal is crucial. If you score, game over. If you concede, wow. Well then, maybe you might lose that one. And they did. And Liverpool almost scored a bit too early. 2 goals in 15 minutes. It was bound to happen. When you go 2-0 up, the pressure's on you. The pressure's on your players. Right? Because if you score, brilliant. 3-0, you can control the game. Real Madrid will be pushing, but you can control the game. And then later on, you bring off your offensive players and bring on your defensive players. And then maybe get a 3-0 or 3-1 win. And that's that. But when you're 2-0 up, and then you concede a goal, 2-1, your opponent will be pushing for it. And then the pressure's on you to defend. And they clearly didn't do that. 2-2, 3-2, 4-2, 5-2. Absolutely smacked. Second goal, scored by Vinny again. I mean, this was a gift. Again, another poor error from a goalkeeper. Alisson, man. Liverpool fans were telling me that Alisson was the best keeper in the world. I mean, look, for me, before this game, Courtois was always my best keeper of the world. For me, it's still the same. And both keepers make mistakes. Courtois and Alisson both make mistakes. Right? So, look, for me, Courtois is still the best goalie in the world. But let's talk about this goal. Gomez with a back pass to Alisson, who clears it at Vinny Jr. He just clears it, and then it hits Vinny Jr.'s leg and goes in. Literally, 2 keeping mistakes that are absolutely poor. Courtois was absolutely poor. He just gave the ball and said, have a go. And Alisson was just like, I'm just gonna kick it at you, and if it goes in, it goes in. I mean, I have no idea what they were doing, but both goals that were gifted were poor from a keeper's perspective. Go and ask the top keepers in football history, the legends, and they'll all tell you it's poor. Go at the legends, the keepers who are legends, right? They'll tell you it's poor. It's absolutely poor. So, look. That can be done now. It's what it is. And the third goal was scored by Militao. Modric with a free kick, and the header was attacked by an unmarked Militao. No idea who was marking him. Realistically, the player who was closest to him was Darwin Núñez, but he didn't go and try to mark or attack the ball. He just stood there. And it's a free header. And the fourth goal was scored by Benzema. This time around, a nice 1-2 with Rodrigo. And the finish is deflected in off of Joe Gomez, which gave Alisson no chance. If that wasn't deflected, that would have not gone in. But deflected, which sent Alisson the wrong way. And then the last goal was scored by Benzema again. 38 years old, Modric runs past the whole midfield of Liverpool after stealing the ball off Fabinho and feeds it for Vinny Jr., who gives it to Benzema, sends Alisson to the ground and scores on his left foot to basically empty that. I know Gomez, I know Robertson were at the line, but they were not going to keep it out. And 5-2. Remarkable what has happened. Let me talk about some chances, I suppose. 12 minutes in, Gakpo does well to shoot off the ball from Camavinga, and Salah does well, but his finish is just wide. You can see Liverpool, first 15-20 minutes, going for it. So it makes it even more unexplainable how they crumbled. And then another chance here. Modric with a corner is flicked off to Vinny Jr., who tries to cut it beyond Alisson again. This was after he scored his first goal. But Alisson saves it in the 30th minute. And 63 minutes in, Rudiger with an ambitious shot from distance, never really testing Alisson, and by Chetic with a curling effort from distance wide in the 65th minute. So that's about that for the chances in general. I'll talk more about this game with what I have to say really. Remarkable, really, records broken, Liverpool really poor. I don't want to be talking about Liverpool too much, but look, I feel for Klopp. I know he's a top manager, but it's a time. That 7-year curse, they say. 7 years with Dortmund. It's a 7th year with Liverpool. Is it time? For me, I think you stick with the manager and you actually back him with signings that would change, that they need. You know, that midfield is crumbling, the defense is crumbling. You need players coming in to change and help out that team. And if you're not going to do that, you can't just say, oh, let's throw him under the bus because it's his fault. Because it's Klopp's fault that he doesn't have a proper midfield. It's Klopp's fault that he has to play by Chetic, an 18-year-old. I mean, come on. You can't be fully blaming it Klopp. Yes, the manager always has the responsibility and the blame when it's not going right. But the board, the players, everything also has the responsibilities. So first, try to back him. This summer, get him the signings he needs and say, look, I'll give you another season. See whether you can actually get something out of Bellingham, for example. If you get Bellingham for you, if you keep under-delivering and we are back to 8th next season, we will actually sack you, and then that's that. But you can't be going in and trying to sack him when in the last few seasons he hasn't been backed in the midfield department. You know, he's, like I said, playing an 18-year-old by Chetic. Defensively as well. So look, he needs those signings, he needs the backing before you say Klopp out or we should sack Klopp. But anyways, Real Madrid review. Fantastic result. Atletico Madrid next up, and I believe we've got a couple of big games. We've got El Clasico coming up as well. Real Betis coming up as well. Match is approaching as well, so that would be the game against Barca in the Copa del Rey as well. So let me have a look at our next few games until we play Liverpool. So we've got Atletico on Sunday for me, but I think it's Saturday. We got Barca in the Copa del Rey on 3rd of March, Betis on the 6th of March, Espanyol on the 11th of March, and then Liverpool on the 16th of March. So we are realistically only 2.5-3 weeks away from the second leg. So look, we got a couple of games in between: Atletico, Barca, Betis, Espanyol, and then we are back to Liverpool again. So look, these games are coming in thick and fast, and yeah, these games are actually coming in thick and fast, and I can't wait. But hope you guys have enjoyed today's review. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's review 2 times. Hit the like button if you guys did, and subscribe to the channel if it's on already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.